Alright guys, welcome to Crispy Licks. We got some beginner stuff today, nothing too crazy, but this is some essential beginner licks. So right after you learn your pentatonic scale, your position 1 pentatonic scale, this is the first kind of lick that you can do, right? You want to start getting used to it, right? So you don't have to worry about using your pinky first. If you can't reach it to here, that's fine. Just start on with this and then go use this finger if you have to, with your pointer and then your ring finger. The first two notes you see in the tabs down here are going to be 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, and that's, you can see, part of the position 1 pentatonic scale. So this is kind of how you'd use that scale, say the day after you learn it, right? So you got the scale, right? We're going to start 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7. And then when you get to that 5-7 on G, then you bend that up to 9. That's why you see there's a little arrow on the tabs. That's because I'm bending up to 9. I'm not going up, from here to 9. But it's just a whole step bend, and that means it's this note right here is being bent to this note in the 9th fret. So that's how you know you did it right. If you bend this up and here, it's the same note as this, then you're good. But you could also do it as just a half step bend or a little one there. But you want to start it like that: 5-8, 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7. Bend that. And now you can do this a couple different ways than what I just have tabbed here, right? So you can go 5-8, 5-7, 5-7, 5-7, bend up, and then you can put a couple hits to it as you're coming down with the bend. And when you do the bend, you want to use your ring finger and push up, and if you notice, the whole wrist of my hand is kind of twisting. Like if my hand, if it was out here like this, it's kind of going like this, right? So I got the whole weight of my hand. I'm not just using my one finger trying to bend it like that. I'm bending with my whole wrist. And then it ends on that 7th fret there. Now after that 7th fret, you go start there again, and then go 7, 5, 7 on G. Now 9, you're actually hitting at 9 on G, and then we're going to go 8, 10, 8, 10. And then when you get to this last 8, 10, 10th fret on the high E string, you're going to bend that up to what is the 12th fret. And then you go, and then back down to 10. So with that, you can do the same kind of thing with these bends. Right, you see that? I just went back and forth. All right, because this is your position 1 pentatonic, and then this is your position 2. Right, so that you can connect them together. So you start here. Right, bend up, and then let it come down to 5, and then hammer on 7. Right, and then you go from 7 to 5 to 7 to 9. 8, 10, then down a string to 8, 10, bend up again there. And then here, you can hit it a bunch of times too on the way down. Give it that real bluesy kind of feel. You can even bend it up a bunch of times. And that's just going back on the pentatonic scale there. Now, if you want to get to something a little more advanced, you can try just hammering on those notes, right, like that. Just hammering them on and going. see these two on the high E, they're just right in front of these two. So if you play your pentatonic scale down, they're right in front of that 5/8, 5/8. That 8th fret, that's where we're beginning this part, where we go 8/10, 8/10. And that's the beginning, or the ending of the beginning of the pentatonic scale, right? So we got, and then you go up and slide up from there. So you got position 1, and then, position 2. And the bottom 3 strings on position 2 is where we're coming from. So you go. All right, so this is an easy one. It's for, beginners, guys just starting to use a pentatonic scale. This is just one good lick that you can practice getting the hand movements down and getting a bend in there, right? Because you're going to have these different things you're going to want to be able to do with the scale, right? So you can slide back and forth. You can bend up and down, right? You can bend up and down, slide back and forth. You can also get into stuff like tapping or hammer-ons and pull-offs, where you're just hammering on and pulling off with one finger. Right, and then so I'd practice doing all those little methods, sliding to all of them, bending, doing all that stuff. Just mix it up in there any which way you want. There's no rules except for the rule you got to use the pentatonic scale, okay? So there's rules and then there's not rules. I know it'd be a little confusing, but that's pretty much it for today. I just want to get help some of these beginners out there that are just starting to get some of this lead stuff down. This is just a great thing to do to get used to playing. And you can do it different ways besides I just have tabbed here. If you get that bend up and you want to go maybe higher. Right, so you can do that too, but try it out, guys. I hope this helps you out, and then I'll have something for the shredders later on today. All right, sounds good. See you later.